Hey everybody, Richard with the Hunter-Gatherer Society. And over the last few years, we've went through a lot of plants and mushrooms and IDing them, some short, some long form video. And in this video, I just want to go through about 7 plants and mushrooms, some of my favorites to forage. And we're going to kind of take a look at them and how to identify them, just some basic information about them real fast. 7 plants and mushrooms in about 5 minutes. Let's go. All right, guys, plantain. What a beautiful specimen of plantain. This is one of my favorite wild greens to find. Easy to identify. You've got this. This is broadleaf plantain. There is a narrow leaf plantain. Notice that the veins start at the base, run all the way up. They don't branch out. So they always start at the base, run all the way up. Wide leaves, again, there's a narrow version, and in the fall, they get these seed stalks that you saw sticking out from them. This is a great green that can be eaten in salads. It can be cooked like spinach, can be put into stews. I use it on in trail meals if I'm hiking, and I'll put it in, cook it with rice or lentils or something like that. So it's easy to find, and it's a great addition to what you've got with you. So, plantain. All right, guys, this is a lobster mushroom. As you can see, no gills, kind of a smooth surface that comes up. No sponge like on the boletes. They're going to be dirty. You can brush that off with a little brush or air compressor, a little water. And to preserve them, you would half cook them in butter or oil, and then you can freeze them, and they stay really well that way. They're great for beginners because you can't really misidentify that. You can see them a long ways off. They're great for people that don't necessarily normally like mushrooms because they're mellow, they're mild tasting. They stay really firm. They don't get, as some people that don't like mushrooms would say, they don't get slimy. So this is a great mushroom, especially for beginners. Easy to identify, and just fabulous. All right, guys, Oregon grape. You saw the leaves. They're pointed. They're kind of sharp. They're also kind of rubbery. They always grow in clusters. They grow low to the ground like you saw. There are some varieties that grow tall. The ones I find here are always kind of short and squat. These are an edible berry. They are very tart. They have seeds in them as well. They use these as for an aid, so you can mix it with sugar, because again, they're very tart. These actually are super ripe, so they're not as bad, but they do get very, very tart. So mix them with sugar, make an aid out of it, or make an Oregon grape wine. All right, guys, that is a red huckleberry. It's got real small leaves. It looks a lot different than the evergreen huckleberry, the dark ones that most people are used to. Little red berries, the spider webs love them. Small red berries, those small leaves, very distinguished, easily distinguished plant. Now these are going to be a little more tart than the smaller purple ones. I really like them though. Make wine out of them, eat them raw, add them to salads, again, bake with them. A great lot of variety. Anything you do with a normal berry, you can do with that. But a great trailside nibble. Just a great berry to find in the woods. So again, that's the red huckleberry, and we also have the evergreen huckleberry here. So great find. Rulabreva Pipe. All right, Rulabreva pipes. One of the mushrooms the lobster mushroom grows from. This is an edible mushroom. White cap, you can see it dips in there at the center. It's got tight gills. It'll have the chalky stem of a Rousula, and it'll pass the taste test, so it won't have a peppery or bitter flavor. It'll taste very, very mild. It is edible. I think it tastes very similar to the lobster. It just absorbs whatever flavor you're cooking with. So you can just eat this one if you want. Make sure you identify this correctly. There's a lot of white mushrooms out there. Some of them aren't very friendly, so make sure you're using multiple resources and identifying these correctly. So the lobster is pretty easily identified. This one, again, a lot of lookalikes out there, so be very careful. All right, guys, let's take a look at the shrimp Rousula. There is a baby. That's the button. That one is about prime eating. And that one is too old. So shrimp Rousula, you want, just like any Rousula, you want the chalky stem that you can break. You don't want it to be real fibrous or hollow. You want to break it. You can do the spit test on this. So you can take a little piece of that. Spit it out. Not going to hurt you. There should be no bitter flavor in that. It should taste very mild, which this one does. You're going to have a red cap. Be varying colors of red. And it's going to smell a little bit like seafood. That is the shrimp Rousula. All right, guys, this is Salal. This is a great berry. The natives used to make a fruit leather out of this, basically. Just put it out, spread it out, dry it out. It comes in these little clusters, like this. It is edible. A little overripe on those. If you catch it just right, better than a blueberry, truthfully. There's the leaves. Kind of rubbery, but not too much. You can see the leaf pattern. And again, these clusters, they'll make white flowers before it does this. So that is Salal. Makes a wonderful berry. You can bake with it, add it into pancakes, make a fruit leather out of it. Fabulous berry. All right, as promised, 7 plants and mushrooms in just about 5 minutes. So I hope that was helpful. If you like these videos, please like, subscribe, hit that thumbs up, share the videos. Find us on Facebook, or of course you can visit the website at thehgsociety.com, where we've got different articles, everything from making kombucha to foraging to e-biking. So hope you enjoyed that video, and hopefully the next time I see you, I'm out doing something wild.